How's it going, people? It's your boy Profection back again for another video. This one is on addictions. Okay, before I get into my help on addictions or my advice on addictions, I just want to let people know that I've struggled with a few things. Struggled with, I'd say 19 was the year that I became addicted to pornography. I'd say started drinking at about maybe 12, 11 years old, leading up to 13, 14. By 14 I was carrying a small bottle of Lucozade with alcohol in it to school, with spirits in it. By 20 I was addicted to marijuana, which led me being addicted to tobacco. By about 20 I was having 3 to 4 skulls of soup. I wouldn't say a day. Skull is an overproof beer for people that don't know. I wouldn't say every day I had it. I would say that every damn, my neck is killing me. Did a workout the other day and didn't use the correct proper form or technique, so my neck is hurting a bit. Right, so yeah, so I was on 3 to 4 skulls each session, and those sessions would be say 2 to 3 times a week. What else? So we've got the alcohol, and then I went from that to spirits. So it's kind of and then we could say to a small degree sweets. I'd say all throughout my life, from about as long as I can remember, really addicted to sweets as well. At one stage I was eating a lot of KFC and things like that. So you are talking to someone that knows a little bit about addiction, basically. It's not like it's no one. I haven't been addicted to the strong stuff, but if you want me to be honest with you, through my 20 years of fighting most of these things, I can tell you that to a certain degree all addictions are kind of the same. But anyway, this number one is the first video that I'm doing now is just going to be a basic run through, and then the second video we'll get into the more technical details of how to sustain, or how to give yourself more courage and, you know, kind of see it through. So what I'm going to say to you is this: you might be addicted to something now, so I want you to say to yourself, right, over the next 3 months I am going to stop doing blah blah blah. Okay, there is no set date. I'm not going to stress myself out and say on the 1st of January I'm then going to give up and all of that. Anything can happen between that time. Anything can happen leading up to that time. And then all of a sudden, you know, there's so much pressure on the day, you have to do this, you have to do that, and then something's come up that's caused you to be stressed out. Or so how about this: next 3 months you will give up, fill in the missing word, and then what's going to happen is, over those 3 months you're going to wake up one day and you'll know, trust me, you'll know. It could even be the second day, it could even be 2 days from the time that you say it. A week may go by, a month may go by. You're going to wake up one day, you probably won't have whatever it is that's causing you to be addicted, and you're going to go through maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and these days should be relatively easy because you haven't stressed yourself out. You haven't said to yourself, right, it's this particular day. It will come relatively easy to you. Okay, so you're going to kind of experiment. Yeah, so I'll give an example. 5 weeks come, I wake up, I say to myself, say it's cigarettes, I say to myself, oh, I can't be bothered to run to the shop and buy another packet of cigarettes, I'll see if I can do it tomorrow. Okay, maybe that I get through that first day, maybe I get through the second day, okay, maybe the third day goes by. And the reason why you may say, oh yeah, but it's hard and everything else, it's hard when you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. Okay, there is no pressure. 3 days go by. Now if you can make it to say 4 days, that's when you want to say to yourself, right, now I want to start. Now I want to start to attempt to give up such and such a thing. In that example, that would be smoking. So on the 4th day of me not smoking, now I want to stop. Now I want to say to myself, right, now I'm going to try and stop smoking. It's kind of like you're playing Monopoly, and it's towards the end of the game, and you've been sent to jail, and the opponents have kind of just gone around your property, so you can't collect money. You've gone into jail just as you're about to collect money. So what you're doing is you're waiting for them to get close to your property. So the first go comes and you throw a 6 and a 4. You're trying to avoid throwing a double. Second go comes, you get a 3 and 2, and then on the very last one, as soon as you see them coming round to your property and you're about to collect money, you throw that get out of jail card in and say, right, I'm coming out now. And that's exactly kind of what it's like. It's kind of like you're cheating yourself, because you've gone through the first day, which is easy. The second day, again, remember, the first 3 or 4 days, you're not really, it's not the end of the world if you fail. Although there is, we'll get into that in the next video. What I will say to you is that I don't look at it as failing. I should never have said that word. If I can edit it, I'd go back and take it out. There's no such thing as failing. Yeah, each and every time you're coming closer to succeeding. You're not failing. There's two important things to take from this. Yeah, 2 very things that got me through half of the addictions that I battled. First thing is, you never fail. I don't know why I used that word. Forgive me, I'm sorry. You never fail. Each and every time you're coming closer to succeeding. So getting back to that example, I've gone through 4 days of just me messing around. Now I say to myself, right, 4 days, I managed to actually get through 4 days of this thing. Now I'm going to try, now after 4 days, I'm going to try and stop. Okay, and yeah, 5 days, it might, now your brain understands that, wait a minute here, this guy, he's trying to trick us or whatever. This is when it becomes hard. 5th day becomes hard, your 6th day becomes hard. I reckon if you can get past the 2-week barrier, it starts to get easy. Okay, so a quick recap. You're going to quit over the next 3 months. You don't know what day it is or when it is. It will naturally come to you. You'll wake up one day and you'll say, oh, I can't be bothered to go down the road and buy whatever substance it is. 2 days go by, 3 days go by, 4 days go by, and now you're throwing in that get out of jail card free. You're saying, right, now I'm going for it. Okay, by the 5th day, 6th day, it will become hard. Okay, now before I move on to the next video, which is how you cope with that once you're past that, say, week or so, I just want to leave 2 things with you. The first thing is this: there's no such thing as you failing. What you're doing is you're coming closer to succeeding, and it's very important that you understand that. You haven't failed, you've come closer to succeeding. Okay, so even if you, after 5 days, you only lasted 2 more days, you've come closer to succeeding. You know, in the beginning, you never even imagined you get past 2 days. Now all of a sudden you've got past 7 days, and you want to beat yourself up over that. No, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself a pat in the back. You've done well. You know, you've come closer to succeeding. The next time, which again you could say to yourself, right, I came closer to succeeding, and now I'm going to try over the next month to do it again. This time I'm going to try and aim for even longer than that, and you repeat the same process. And the last thing I want to say to you is, one of the biggest things that got me through whatever addiction it was is there was a saying, and again it came from the previous thing that I just told you, came from the same program that I was using back in the day that tried to help me stop smoking, and that was again, there is no such thing as failing. You've come closer to succeeding. And number 2 was, you may think that you've lost a friend, but you've actually defeated an enemy. You know, and you want number 2 to go through your mind. You may think you've lost a friend, but you've actually defeated an enemy. You know, because that was really important for me. You know, whatever I was doing, be it binge eating, too much sweets, or whatever it was, it wasn't helping me overall. It was kind of, me personally, it was kind of, you know, it became detrimental. You know, it wasn't helping me. It was making my life a lot harder. You know, so that's all I want to end this video on, the very first one. The second video is going to get into ways of coping. You know, once you've got past that week. But again, remember remember those 2 things. Okay, you never failed, because there is no such thing as failure. You came closer to succeeding. You know, you came closer to succeeding until eventually, you know, you got to your goal. And the second one is, you may think you've lost a friend, but you've actually defeated an enemy. I want you to remember those 2 things. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Sorry if I've been babbling on. The last thing I want to quickly say before I come off this thing is that my videos are like 1,000 megabytes. I don't know how to compress them yet. So if anyone is actually watching these videos, then bear with me, because if you're watching on a lunch break at work or whatever, you're watching it where you don't have an internet connection, and you're using that, you know, the broadband on your phone or whatever, it most likely will use up a lot of broadband on your phone. You know, I'm just letting you know. It'd be best to watch these videos in the company of your own home. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. Peace.